On this video of ICC part 2, I'll be showing you guys how to spot a reversal, how to react to it, and just overall how you should be trading a reversal. So first, I want to get into the fact that this is a downtrend, and we need to pay attention to the overall lows in the market. Whenever price is selling, I want you guys to take notes of new lows. I want you guys to start marking up or even putting it in your head that price has a new low. Now, with this being said, this means you guys should also be following along wherever price is at. So right now we have a new low in the market. So what this will tell me is that we need to see price under this level, continue back above, and then back below. So I'm gonna go ahead and fast forward. All right, now here, price made a new low. There's a new low in the market. After a new low in the market is made, a new high is made too as well. Our previous high before that was right here. So this is a resistance level. So one, if I want to continue to see price sell, I need to see price staying under the highs that it made. It needs to stay under these highs. Well, honestly, it's important for it to stay under this high. This is a lower high. This is a lower low. Price ends up giving us a new high. So let's go back to the 1 hour. Price ends up giving us a high. Now, I want you guys to understand. Think of it as a high score. Let's say your high score is 52 and somebody comes in and gets a high score of 53. No matter that is 1 point, that is still a new high. So this is technically still a new high. All right. Now, with this being said, I want you guys to understand in ICC, it is also about indication and corrections and where the continuation is going to head, but it's also about who's in control of the markets, so that way you can be on the right team and the right trend. So look at it as a standpoint of this. When you mark up your charts, anywhere on the charts that you mark up, this is always going to apply. Buyers are most likely in control above an area. Sellers are in control most likely below an area. All right. With that being said, this is why we buy above resistance and we also sell at the levels of support. This is why we do that. Because think of here, right? Let's say we took this and we dragged it over here, right? Can I grab this whole thing? And we dragged it over here, right? If this was the case, I'm just going to get rid of this since you know now. If this was the case and price most likely sells here, if it breaks out, if we know here it sells and it breaks out, that means there's no more sellers here to sell price because it's broken. It's like a spaceship. You know how in movies or cartoons where the spaceship window gets broken and then everything gets sucked out into space? It's just like that. This is that window. This is that window. It gets broken and everything gets sucked out of space. This window can't be fixed. So anytime price is above outside of this window, it's out of here every single time. So look at it as that. Look at it as a window. It was busted in space, and then the gravity or the wind, whatever they call it, that sucks you out of the spaceship, pushes you out of the spaceship, and you're floating into space out here. So with that being said, it'll be the same way. Once this is already broken, every time price comes back above this level, it's going to be free all for everything every single time because buyers are in control of the market. So let's continue. Once price comes back above this level, we know that it's more chances of price buying than it is price selling. So we're gonna take our entry here. We're gonna take an entry here. Where's my entry levels? take an entry here, have our stop loss below the previous lows, and this is what we're gonna do. Notice how price has a high here. We're gonna look for that level first. Price has a high here. We're gonna look for that level second. Price has a high here. We're gonna look for that level third. Now, in all honesty, we don't even need all these, because if price is really trending, we can only aim for this one. We can do this one. So let's say we aim for this one, because when price is buying, it's going to buy for the highs. And in ICC, if you get an indication, correction and continuation is going to follow a trend anyways. So let's go ahead and continue to see how this goes. Price still making new highs in the market. This is also another indication. Price being back above here is an indication. Price being back above here is another indication. Right? So with all this said, price is going to target the same level as it did before. As we can see, these are high levels that were broken. So in our minds, we shouldn't even be thinking of sales. There's no way price can sell off if it's breaking highs and giving you an indication overall that it's bullish. Now, like I said earlier, if somebody gets a score of 52 and somebody gets 53, that's still a new high. We have a new high here, a new indication. We have a new indication. But let's think of this in a standpoint of all the people that trade only ICC, the indication, correction, and continuation. Let's think of it like that, right? Because this is a new high in the market. I was just giving you an example of how you can catch a trade based off of who's in control. But let's just put it back down to the ICC part. This will mean this is a new high in the market. After the breakout, people are getting into the breakout. There's going to be a correction. We don't know when the correction is, but we do know a correction is coming soon. So let's continue. Right? So now price is giving us a new high. Also, once again, price makes a new high, pulls back under this level. We know from here to here, price is going to come back up to here. Now, this might not be a lot of points, but I just want to let you see what price action is overall. We're going to go ahead and fast forward. As you can see here, we have this new high. I'm going to go ahead and remark these because this matters a lot. This one doesn't matter. Wait, let's just mark this one just for sakes. We have a new high above this previous one. We also have a new high above this as well. So let's just say this one we're focused on the most, because I can see prices coming back down to retest. Right? So this uptrend started after it broke out. This is the breakout. This is the indication. Excuse me. This is the indication that price wanted to continue higher. It was still making highs back above this level. So this was telling us back above this level of resistance. Bulls are in control above here. So let's go ahead and continue to see where price is going to go. As soon as price comes back above that level, which we have here, we're going to see price come back above this level. And we already know from here, it's going to come up to here, doing the same thing it did here. Every time price here, as we see here, every time it breaks this level back above here, it's going to go up to here. So because we had a resistance here and it broke out of this resistance, it's going to repeat that same thing. So we're going to take another position because we know that price, every time it breaks above here, it's going to go up to here. And we're going to put our stop loss below the previous lows. And we're going to see it go to TP. right? So in the midst of this, we can also break it down from a smaller time frame standpoint, right? Price is just now shooting down after making a new high. Price was just now shooting down after making a new high. I want to redo this one. Yeah. After making a new high, we have this new low in our area. Boom. And then we have our high. Boom. Price gives us an indication that it wants to push higher by making a new high. As we can see here, we have a new high in the market. After a new high, there will be a correction. Price gives us a correction back under that level. Back above this level is where we also could have took an entry at right here. Once price came back above here, and we could have used the same stop loss as we used before. Boom, targeting this level, putting our stop loss under this level of support, and targeting these previous highs. So as we see here, price is building up back above this level, coming back down to retest in this area. That's cool with us. We just know the overall structure. As we see here, higher high, higher low. That's cool with us. You see nothing's going on. Just because you go and drawdown, that doesn't mean anything. The structure is there. We have a low, we have a high, higher low, higher high, higher low, higher high now. That's good for us. And then even if, since we took this trade, let's say we seen price come back above here again, that's another trade that could be placed. I don't want anybody getting afraid of anything, any movements. Focus on what the structure is. See, you see how price made a high and then it shot back down, and we would have probably been, most people would have went break even here, but it was a new high made. This is a higher high, a higher low. As long as price is not breaking lows, we're good. Look at it. Let's look at it. There's a support level here. There's a support level here. There's another support level here. Price is not breaking anything for us to be scared of sale. Like, we shouldn't be feared for sales to happen. Sales cannot happen if it's breaking highs more. If price is breaking more highs, why should you be scared of sales? You shouldn't be scared of sales if you're seeing highs being broken. So let's continue. Look, there it goes again. There it goes again. Price sells off. Most people would close their trade. Price made a new high. Price is still making more highs than it is breaking lows. Look at our low. Look at this. Look at our lowest level that we've been. Price came to it, didn't even come to it. It came close to it, stopped here, made a higher low, and continued higher. Like, what should you be afraid of? And then we finally get a pullback again. Look, another sell before it starts to pump back up. Another sell. So what are you afraid of? You shouldn't be afraid to take trades like this. You shouldn't be afraid of trading price action. You shouldn't be afraid of trading ICC because price is telling you what it wants to do. There's no other option. Price is already telling you what it wants to do. So you shouldn't be scared of anything. All right. So with that being said, as you trade ICC, I want you guys to also understand that price will continue to do this if that is the trend. So what I mean by this is after this was a indication of correction and the continuation, most of the time the continuation will make another indication. So here's our next indication. All right, so here's our next indication. We have this level, but I can see that price kind of came back to it pretty fast. As we have here. Now I did see somebody talk about this also. When price makes equal highs, do we buy the second time? No, we do not do that because there's no indication of price telling us it wants to go higher. Just because we have what was it? A double top, right? Some people would call it. I would just say equal highs. When price has equal highs, we don't trade even if it comes back above that level because there's no clear indication that price will continue higher. Most likely price will fail to break a high and then continue down. But let's see what happens in this scenario. Boom, we get a new indication. That's good for us. Yep, that's good for us. So price eventually broke out of here, giving us a new high level. We got two new highs. We had one right here, and then it made another high. So with this being said, with price having a new high, all the selling that's going on is going to be okay with me. Price can sell all the way back down to this gray zone. Price can sell all the way back down to here if it wanted to. As long as price had a new high, I know price will be back up there again. So let's see what happens. Price makes an equal high. Still no new indication of price wanting to sell. All right, so boom. Now we have price. Now we have price building back above this level. Also as well, let's continue. Let's continue. All right, so as we have here, I fast forward a little bit so we can get a good understanding of price action above this level. So as we know, back above this level, price has the potential to go here, and then price has the potential to go here. As we can see here, excuse me, as we can see here, price back above this level made a high, corrected itself, back above here. Let's say we would have took entries. Let's say we would have took entries here. I want people to understand this part. You shouldn't be aiming all the way up here first because this is also a level of reaction. You have to wait. I want you guys to start following what is going on, not trying to predict where it's going to go. I want you to follow along with whatever is going on in the markets. Follow along. So I'm going to tell you what I mean by that. Price touched here. Price touched this level. And as I can see here, it didn't make any new indications of price pushing up on this trend. As we have here, we have a high. It corrected. And then we had a high, corrected, and then came back above. These are all indications of price wanting to push higher. But then we get to that level and it starts to, most people will say double top. It makes equal highs. But it just came to a level where sellers are in control the most. So within the zone, we don't know who's really in control until price continues to break highs. It broke this high, but as we can see, this high was already tested multiple times, and we can see what happens at this level. Price gets into a strong sell. Back above here, we can see a strong buy off of here. So this is where we want to buy price back above. Let me just go ahead and continue. Look at that. Price starts to sell. Price starts to consolidate, and then it sells more. So let me go back to 45. Should I explain the sell too? Because that is easy as well. I think that would be pretty good to explain. All right, so let me also explain too, because we can track this the other way around too. Most people think you can only do in one trend. Let's track it the other way around too, right? So price makes equal highs. This is the highest point that we have. After that, price will make a low. This is our lowest point that we have. In between here, we don't know what's going to happen with price until price fails to make a new high and gives us an indication under here. Right? There's an indication. Price corrects itself, and then we end up finding ourselves back under this level. Price is also making lower highs, and we find ourselves back under this level. Now, I personally don't counter trend trade, but I just want to let you know that everywhere price goes, is price action there. So in this scenario, we would have been able to take sales off of this because we know we don't want to see price break this level. Price already gave us an indication under this level of support that price is bearish under here. So we can take this. So you know what the next thing we're going to target? We're going to target the last low that we have, which is here. We can do this each and every way. ICC works each and every way. And throughout this series, I'm going to show you so many examples. All right, now with this, as we can see here, price ends up making a new low, correcting itself, and still trying to find that new low. Ends up correcting fully, taking out all the people entering sales here, because this was the breakout. And I want to say, and also as well, let's look at this. Yeah, this people would have been like, yo, Saab, why didn't you enter? This was the indication. This was the correction. About time price came under here, it was out of session. Price ended up selling off a little bit. We would have never been in this trade because this is out of session. Session comes in and we start to see a push down. Now let's explain that too. Oh man, bro. All right, so session comes in, price is retesting that level of resistance that we had before. We can literally break down everything. Price has a high here. Price grabs liquidity, that's cool. But I want you guys to pay attention to the lows. Price made a low. Indication. Corrected. Indication. Full correction that grabs liquidity. This is 930 right here. Look, 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 look. 930 comes in. Everybody's entering sales on the indication. Correct. That's cool. We come back in. Let's say, matter of fact, let's say we got in this trade. Let's say we got stopped out because of this move. Normally, I don't even trade before 9:30 anyways, or at 9:30 open because it can be dangerous. But let's just say we got in this trade. Boom, we was up in profit. It made an indication. It corrected itself and broke the highs to grab liquidity. Everybody's wanting to get in buys. All the people in sales got stopped out. Sellers, I meant the buyers up here, they're in a position like this. They're in a position like this. Their stop loss probably like somewhere here. They end up getting stopped out. We got stopped out. So then we're back under this level. The session should be calm. Where it's around like 10:30, everything should be calm. I normally don't trade 9:30. I kind of give it like 20, 30 minutes to let it do its thing. And then I start looking for trades. But let's say in this scenario, we didn't. But 10:30, 10:40 comes around and we're back under this level. So now we can take a position. Now we can be like, okay, we can have a price under this level. And then we can search for that last level under here. We can search for that last level under here. Sorry, my charts look so many lines, everything. Now we can see price makes a low, corrects itself back under that level. These are still like levels that we should be paying attention to. Let's zoom back out. As we can see, under this level was a low. Let's just get rid of the highs that we have over here. Let's just get rid of this. And let's turn this off. Let's get rid of this. Right? There's a new low. Price fully correct. New York session, which this is the time we should be trading this. We seen the build up. We got in our entry and we're looking for here. Price makes a new low. Boom. Price continues down. That's cool with us. Where's our next, what should our next target be? I know we had this low. I know we had this low next, and then we had that low next, and we're at that low right now. So boom, we have that. I'm just going to delete it because we don't need it. All right, boom. There we go. Now, this is it. Once again, a reversal opportunity. Price has this level of support. Price has this level of support. Price has these highs. Price gives us an indication above out of these highs. Boom, that's the indicator. Ooh, it was moving hecka fast. Let's just go back. Price is giving us an indication. It corrected back in under here and then full power throughout here. So as we can see, there was a high here. Price broke it, came back and corrected itself in here. And our entry would have came from somewhere here. But let's just say we got in roughly around this level, putting our stop losses below either these lows that we have here or even these lows that we have down here. Once again, we would enter a position like this because price gave us an indication above here already that it wants to push higher. There was once a support and a resistance here. So once again, here, price broke out, stopped everybody out, grabbed as much money as possible before making a big push up. Or let's just use this again because price action is always there no matter what. Let's just use this again. Price is back above this level. When price is above this level, it's going to go to here. And then when price is above this level, it's going to go to here. I just want you guys to understand. And you should start seeing where your entry point should come from. Your entry point should be coming from wherever you know price is going to do the same thing it did before. You know price, when it breaks here, is going to go up to here. You know when price breaks this level, it's going to go up to here. So you shouldn't be asking me how to get the entries because it's going to repeat the same thing. It's literally going to repeat the same thing. Every entry is going to tell you, look, boom. You see how here when it broke out, it's going to do the same thing when it breaks out there too. I want you guys to understand it's the same repeating process. So when you guys ask me how to enter, bro, honestly, it's a repeating process. It's literally a repeating process over and over. Right here, same entry as this one, same entry as this breakout. This breakout happened, the correction came, and price ended up doing the same thing, exact same thing. Look, here when price had a resistance and it broke out and it went up to here, price broke that same thing and went up to the same level. It's nothing. The entry should be the easiest part. Understanding and breaking down the structure should be where your bread and butter should come from. There's another indication. So after an indication, what's going to happen? A correction, right? A correction, right? Boom. Back above this level, you know where it's going to go. My apologies. Back above this level, you know where it's going to go. We're going to get our entries from here. Let's see. Where's my thing? We're going to get our entries from here. We're going to have our stop loss here. We're going to first make a decision here if it's going to go higher. Then we're going to make a decision here, and then we're going to aim for this. And there we go. There we go. Once again, first time. And this is how I hold trades, because I want you guys to understand it's going to be the same thing. Our entry came from here. Price broke above this level. Next level is going to go to is going to be this level or this high. It broke that, made a new high. Pulled back because they're new highs. Then we had this level next. Price came up to that level. Then look at us. And still maintaining levels of support. It never broken support. So you shouldn't even be scared of sales. When it sold off here, you should have never been worried, because our last low was down here and we made a new high. Every time price makes a new high, don't be thinking, oh, it's going to sell off. Think, oh, it's correcting itself so it continue higher. A new high. After a new high, what is it going to do? Correct itself to go back higher. I'm going to just let this play out. I hope you guys understood some of the concepts that I was explaining in this video. I hope you guys have a nice day. And just so far, just make sure that you take this video while you're trading, watch it, share it with everybody. I just want everybody to understand that trading would be more simple if everybody kind of broke everything down, took their time to break everything down. And yeah, have a nice day. ICC concepts to the moon.